resident Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. So it's Saturday afternoon on the 14th of January at 2:30 in the afternoon. Um, this is the live stream, so if you're watching it later, it's not that time. Okay, so I've got a few people here chatting already. So good to have you all. Let's call the register. So we've got Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Thank you so much for making the effort. Anne's here. Lovely again, Anne, to see you. Great. Cindy says it's bright but chilly morning here in Texas. And Anne says it's wet and cold. Okay, Hillary's here. Hi, House. Thanks for coming along. So we're doing the typically British thing, aren't we? And talking about the weather. Hi, Bonnie and Shaz. Thank you for coming along. Lovely to see you, ladies. Okay, so it's funny. I didn't actually realise that it was cold here, but I did know that I was feeling kind of lethargic and not very happy. I'm not going to say miserable, but I wasn't very happy, and I had nothing planned for this afternoon. Something I sort of kind of thought I would do earlier on in the week. I just didn't have time to work it out because I've been flat out. Yesterday, I kind of just came to the end of my my energy. I just fell out last night and thought I can't do anything. So this morning I've been messing around with a few things, but my heart wasn't in it. So Shaz says she's been feeling down yesterday and today. No idea. Yeah, I've been feeling like it for a couple of weeks, Shaz. I'm not miserable and depressed. I'm not that bad. Don't get me wrong. You just feel like, oh, don't you? And you think, oh, I just don't know what to do with myself. But anyway, I'm okay. I'm not ill or anything. I'm just very tired yesterday. So anyway, the upshot of all that is I actually haven't got anything planned for this afternoon. And I did. I got the laptop out to send a message to say, oh, look, sorry, girls, but I haven't got anything planned, so can't do it. And then I thought, oh, do you know what? You've had this before, and sometimes you just get started and you feel better and you just go with it. So I hope you don't mind this today, girls. I have nothing at all planned, all right, which is why I just showed you a photograph of some stamp sets. I've just chucked half of them on the floor. So these are the ones that were out on the table I have behind me. I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I get new stuff, I used to put everything away because I love having things organised, seeing them all on the shelf in alphabetical order and all that sort of thing. But what I do now is I put the stuff on my table behind me, all the new things, then I keep going to it. Okay, and these are some of the things that are there. So I just thought, let's do something with them. Don't know what it'll be yet. So yeah, everybody's kind of saying the same thing, aren't they? It's January blues. Do you know, you've hit the nail on the head. I also realised I was feeling cold, and obviously that's going to make me feel out of sorts, isn't it? So anyway, I thought, I came upstairs, I put the heater on, I did myself a hot water bottle. That's always my go-to. If I don't feel good, this comes out. My trusted water bottle, and it's on my lap, and that's really going to help me out. And yeah, I feel better already. Also got the cup of tea in the Christmas mug, even though it's a bit late now. And I thought, along with my friends, we'll be fine, won't we? So Bonnie has days like that. She says, just keep stamping, anything goes, and that's great. And Anne says, love it when you go with the flow, Ellie. Oh, right, okay, you're all on my side, so I feel a lot better already. So I got as far as thinking, right, I've got this lovely ribbon that I got very recently that I've not used yet. So I decided, whatever I'm going to do today, you will help with my spirits, definitely, Bonnie. You always do. I thought, I want to use this. And I thought they actually go, just now, I thought that actually goes really nicely one on top of the other. So somehow we're going to use this. All right. Hilary says, have a gin. Oh, gosh. Okay, so I'm going to use those. Now, that's real red. And I don't know if that is crumb cake. Anybody? Cindy, you probably might know. Is this crumb cake? I think it is, isn't it? But anyway, so I've got crumb cake and real red ink pads out to go with it. Okay, so how about we do a one sheet wonder? I think that, you know, that's a good place to start. I'll lift this and pop down my huge, lovely, big stamping base. This is, in case anyone's not seen it before, it's 2 of our piercing mats stuck together and covered in just a piece of paper. Predictive text, Hilary. Yeah, it gets you down, doesn't it? There, Cindy says yes, they call it burlap, but it is crumb cake. Thanks, Cindy. Bonnie says very campy colours. What do you mean by campy? Okay, I'm not quite sure there. So I'm going to use these 2 colours. Anybody else like to suggest some other colours that can perhaps go with this? I definitely want to use this one. I think this is an absolutely beautiful stamp here. I really must get to grips using this a bit more. I haven't done much with it. So I'm definitely going to use, oh, it's all stuck to the cellophane now. Pink. Do you think pink will go with the real red, Hilary? You think something a bit more that will go with red? I'm not keen on pink and red together. I think we'll bring in these 2 solid leaves here. They're very good for filling in little gaps, type, you know, these little leaves, and you can often put them together to create like sprigs. You know what, you could bring that in, couldn't we? Yeah, let's bring that in. It's a bit big for a one sheet wonder, but you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just play and see what happens. It's only paper and ink. If we don't like it, we can chuck it away. Outdoorsy, fresh, free. Oh, right, thank you. Great. Old Olive soft sea foam. Yeah, good, good, good. Old Olive, I do like soft sea foam as well. Yeah. Funnily enough, Old Olive's never been anything I was that keen on, but you know, I did buy it and I did use it, and I have to say, yeah, it's all right. I think just on its own, it doesn't do anything for me. So I went away from it. You put it with everything else and it's great. Okay, so we've got teal colour. I'm trying to think what that might be. Soft suede's a possibility. I'll grab it. I'm looking for something as near to a teal. I can't really. We've got Bermuda Bay. Not sure if that's going to blend in, but do you know what? We can see, can't we? Let's see. Pear pizzazz. Oh yeah, Bonnie. Yeah, pear pizzazz. Okay. Right. I think we might have enough. All right, but if not, we can always do a few more, can't we? Right, got a few out of that one. Oh yes, I definitely want to use some of these. Yeah, Bermuda Bay. Thanks, Cindy. Really wasn't quite sure. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. We're just going with the flow today, Karen. I haven't got anything planned. So started off by suggesting I do a one sheet wonder with some stamp sets I haven't used a lot yet. Okay, love, love, love the leaves in here. So we've got that one. This is adorable, this little stamp. Let's bring that one in, that little flower, and this. Yep, I'm liking that. And I think we'll have some dots. Hills says, I got a Christmas card today from Spain, posted on the 15th of December. Oh, thanks, Bonnie. Good combination of stamp sets, she says. Do you know what? I think we might throw in this dotty one here. Let's have a go. I haven't used that one yet. Oh, something got stuck on the back there. Right, and then I think I will bring in the this flower here. Okay, I think we got enough now, don't you? Anne says Christmas lasting all January for you, Hills. Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? You've really suffered up there in Liverpool. Have you got my Christmas card yet that I posted on the 30th of November? I'm pretty sure everybody else has received my Christmas cards, but apparently Liverpool just had a little large strike of its own, I think. Right, let's get these on some blocks. Let's see what I can do for this one. Snap, Anne. Okay, and let's get some more. I think need another one of these. And that might fit on there. Super duper. And then we'll pop these in a minute. Let's get that onto a small stamp. Tell you what, Hilary, I'm going to do that little one in pink for you. All right, just because it's you. Just because it's you. Yeah, blushing bride, all right? Got to keep you happy, haven't I? Let's find a block for that one. No, there's no card. It's buried. It's buried in a sorting centre somewhere. And you got one from Pat. Okay, do you know the hot water bottle, the tea, and your company is working a treat. I feel better already. Okay. You might realise I'm not going very fast. It's because I'm kind of thinking I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. So I'm going to need, I'm thinking of doing this in the real red. So I don't know what you think about, actually, let's do this round that way. People who know Stampin' Up colours, if I do that in real red, do you reckon I should go for a cherry cobbler on this, or a Merry Merlot, or maybe, yeah, what do you reckon? Let's stamp it and see. Stamp it and see, Al. It's a bit of scrap. Let's have a look. Let's go with cherry cobbler to start with. Outline flower in filler and brush and bride. Let's just have a look at this to start with. Love that colour though, don't you? I think it always does to try new, you know, colour combinations. Right, so there's a little, the stamens in the centre there and there, and that's what I'm trying to match up without getting my head into it. I quite like that actually. Yeah, I quite like that combination. I think I'll go with that. Oh, we got more people come in. I didn't see that. Kay, hi, lovely to see you. And Cindy, great. Cindy's up really early this morning. Lovely. So nice for everyone to join me today and help lift my spirits. I'm going to go with this, but thank you for the suggestion, Cindy. Okay, so let's... Oh, I probably caught that on my ink pad, but we'll just pretend that never happened. So let's get some ink down on this pristine piece of cardstock. I've used him very vanilla. I don't know if I said that. Hello, Carol. Lovely to have you along. Got some other ladies here from the USA, so you're not alone. So let's do a nice cluster here. And perhaps another here. Has anyone else been crafting today? Oh, I'm using the wrong colour, aren't I? Right, piece of card has two sides. Just in case you didn't know. Right, let's get all that ink off of there. Save me cleaning it. I think I was going to go and use the other colour. Right, starting again with the cherry cobbler. Oh dear, 646 there. Right, we'll cut this down a bit, so we'll get rid of that piece off the corner. We won't use that. Here we go again. Take two. But this is the, you know, one of the good things about a live, you actually see the mistakes that happen when we're crafting, you know, because I think some people are put off when they watch us on YouTube because they think, you know, they can't recreate what we do. You know, we make mistakes all the time. I say we, I'm sure everybody who does videos, you know, is going to have to admit to it. It doesn't go smoothly. The recorded videos are very often, in my case, edited. You know, if I do anything silly or I make a noise or, you know, something terrible happens, I just take that bit out. But with the live, it shows you, you know, you can make a mistake. I make a mistake. I'm not perfect. But then there are ways to put them right. I'm just going to stamp over that like that, and that's actually our little smudge has gone. Now, when I first got this stamp set, I was quite nervous about, you know, quite precise about matching up and getting my head over the top to make sure I'd lined it up properly. But as you can see, I'm stamping really, really quickly at the moment, and it's working. I'm not thinking about it too much. So that shows you that even if it's not perfectly aligned, it's such a well-designed stamp set. It just works, even if it's not, you know, even if you do get it a little bit out, it's still going to look good. So has anyone else been crafting today? Yeah, Cindy says she never edits. And I was the same. I never used to edit mine because I didn't know how. But sometimes I'd watch them back and I did say some really stupid things, and or I kept coughing and sneezing, or it was awful. And so I learned how to edit, and it's brilliant. I really like it. Um, Cindy says she likes to watch and learn. Thank you. Bonnie says you can run it back to see the good parts. Yeah. Kay's got this stamp set, but not the dies. Okay. Bonnie says they're the best ones because we see ourselves doing the same. Yeah. I mean, everyone's got to accept that we're none of us perfect. We all make mistakes. Rather than beat ourselves up, then just get over it and get on. And I've done things live and made a mess and sort of, oh, what am I going to do about this? And I've put it right, and I've learned something myself just by trying it, And if we all learn by it, it's okay. Well, that's what they say, isn't it? You learn by your mistakes. And that's very true. So, got some colour down on our cardstock, so it's not looking so daunting at all now, is it? So let's just move those two out of the way now. This is quite a large stamp, so I think I ought to get this one in quite soon. And I'm going to go with the crumb cake for this one. Okay's got the new baby cut and emboss machine. Yeah, you'll have to show us what you do with that. So I'm going to use the crumb cake here with this one. And I think I might sort of just curl this around those areas. Let's bring this one off. Right, I don't know if I'm not inking this up properly or if it needs, my ink pad needs re-inking, but I'll try to make sure I do give it a good. I'm going to bring this in a bit closer. I like that effect. I would have thought of using this as a stamp like this. I would have only used it on the edge, I think, on a card, but I'm quite liking bringing it in close to the flower so it goes round like that. Bit different. Oh, Bonnie's suggesting this for Valentine's Day. Yeah, I haven't thought about that. I don't send Valentine cards. I don't have anyone to send it to, so I never make them. But yeah, good idea. Let's put this one round that way. It's a little bit empty there. And round there. So that's really different. I hadn't envisaged that at all, but I'm quite liking it. Cindy's going to be making more bags and boxes today. Ooh, are they for something special? Right, Hilary, I'm going to bring in your blushing bride and use that little flower stamp. Do you know the only problem with when I do this, using lots of stamps from stamp sets, when I come to put them away, I can't remember which set they've come from. Right, so just go in between with these little ones. It's always a good idea to just stamp a few off the edge. Just makes it look a bit more realistic. Got another smudge there. Okay, so that's a little bit of pink. Trying to use up your DSP. Yeah, definitely. Right, so let's bring in some, let's have the soft seafoam. Love this colour. Good choice, Cindy. And I'm going to bring in this larger leaf. have one there. Oh, it's getting a bit warm now. I'm going to turn the heater off. And I certainly don't need the hot water bottle anymore. Oh, it's amazing what a bit of stamping and a few friends can do for you, isn't it? I like trying to, when I'm using stamps, if they've got a kind of curve to them, I like to use that curve in and among other curved things. And I'm trying not to actually get ink on the stem here. Hilary Hilary says that this design would make a good quilt cover. Well, perhaps I should go into textiles then. What do you think? Yeah, I'd never have thought of that. That's good, yeah. So let's bring that in here, I think. I'm loving the fact that I've just picked up this, you know, these stamp sets. You've chosen the colours and we're away. We've got something that works. So what are people's favourite colours? I know Hilary likes pink, and I know Anne likes mauves and purples. What's your favourite colour, Bonnie? My favourite colour is actually red. I like reds and browns. I really, really love Cajun Craze. That is one of my favourite colours because it's a combination of red and brown. Right, let's go with some Pear Pizzazz. Oh, isn't that what I just... No, soft sea foam. Right, let's do some Pear Pizzazz. And let's bring these little leaves in here. Get another block, I think. I thought I had two of those. I thought I had another leaf as well, but okay, we'll just go with that one. So with the Pear Pizzazz then, I'm using this beautiful one here from, oh yeah, from here, Framed Occasions. Some lovely things on here. So we'll just put this in and around what we've got. Right, I should have used a mask there, shouldn't I? Did I make a mask for these? I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I've got a mask, a similar kind of thing in here. Yep, I'm going to use this mask. I think it might do the trick. Yep. And then you don't always have to find a space. You can stamp on top of other foliage. It does work. You know, nature doesn't look for a gap. It just grows where it can. So these little masks are absolutely worth their weight in gold. You can use them over and over. So this is using the Stampin' Up masking paper that I showed last time I used this step. Kay likes soft sea foam, Highland Heather, gorgeous grape, fresh rouge at the pool party. Lovely combination. Cindy says she loves fall colours, muted tones of maple. Yeah, I'm with you, Cindy. You know, the fall colours are definitely my favourites, or autumn as we call it here in England. So bring that round like that. So when you use a mask, it kind of makes it look as if the leaves are coming from behind the flowers. And stamping for the second time gives you a different shade of the same ink. Okay, so yep, I'm liking this. I'm just going to bring a bit on from the edge there. I'm glad I found this mask. Yeah, whenever you make a mask, always keep it in that stamp set. So do you like the leaf stamped, you know, on top? Do you think that helps? Okay, so let's pop that one away. And old Olive's here. Good old Olive. She helps us out, doesn't she? So I'm going to bring in this tiny little leaf here. And I'm going to use it to come round these little pink flowers. I've completely covered that mistake. With this stamp, it's really nice because you can stamp once, twice at a different angle and have it so that it's curling all the way around. You could do some lovely things with a curved stamp. When you're doing something like a one sheet wonder, you don't have to do the same on each cluster. So each cluster looks different, but in all it blends together because you're using the same colours and shapes, but you're just making a different shape in the end. Okay, now this one is very long, and I think I might try and I'll just go with it as it is for a minute. Oh, I think I'm going to have to. The beauty with photopolymer stamps is you can actually bend them more than they're already curved. So if I make that curve even more, it will fit onto this block. Okay, so I'm going to use the soft suede. You know, we have nearly used all those colours. Amazing, isn't it? Let's stick that over there. You should see the state of my desk. Right, I'm going to come on just randomly with this. It looks a bit like a snake, doesn't it? I'll try and get it. Thinking maybe I'd have been better off using a softer colour with this, but Doesn't matter, it's okay. You know, we're just playing today. Just going to get my Simply Chamois and clean this off because I don't want the whole length of it now. Okay, that's cleaned. So I want to just get a line round here. Or I'm not quite sure where shall I go here, I think. So I've just inked up that end of it. And we go like so. Looks really different, doesn't it? So the last colour and the last stamp, that was handy, wasn't it? I did have a different colour for every stamp. I thought there was another leaf there. Another leaf there, but never mind, it's okay. So we're going to use the dots now. Oh, that's one of our favourites, isn't it? And pop that on a block. And the Bermuda Bay. Bonnie says, if you do it twice around a flower, it looks a little like Everything Eleanor stamp. I don't know that Everything Eleanor stamp. It must have been before my time, which is a shame really, because if it had been during my Stampin' Up time, I could have said that it was named after me, couldn't I? I like the full strength of the colour when I do the dottage. When you're doing dottage, always turn the stamp so that you get it in a different format. Always looks nicer. And the dottage is quite good for also going in and around and over the foliage. Somehow it does kind of bring it together a bit. It's something I learnt from Ruth. You don't always have to put the dottage in a... Oh, I didn't put any greenery around this one. Dottage, the finishing touch. Anne loves the dots. It was a big, lovely swoosh, says Bonnie. Oh, that the Eleanor stamp. Oh, right. Cindy says now that she's had some coffee, she's going to work on... Yeah, that's what's on my desk. Yeah, okay, good. SIP cards, stamp ink paper. That's what that stands for anybody who's not heard it before. I've used old olive here, look, instead of pear pizzazz, but never mind. Just wanted to get some greenery around that one. Right, bring a bit more dottage over here. Bring some into the middle. Right. Can anyone see? Oh, I better put a bit there, because there was a little smudge there. Right, okay. Can anyone see any gaps or anywhere else I should add anything? I think it's pretty much covered, isn't it? So now I've got to do something with it, haven't I? Okay. So let's get a card base. That's good. I had a very vanilla card base ready prepared. So if I just, I'm going to get some real red. And make a map for that. So this needs to be, okay, I've just lost my playback, bear with me. Here we are, sorry about that. Right. So Karen says, no, looking beautiful, doesn't need any more. Bonnie says, Ellie, this is a lovely piece, bright and happy, good. And Anne says, considering you didn't have a clue where you were going, the girl did good. Well, thanks. Do you know what? I'd actually completely forgotten that I didn't know where I was going earlier. Okay, so I'm going to cut this at 5.5. And 8. So I'm going to use my usual A5 card base, which is 5 3/4 by 8 1/4, a piece of A4 scored and folded in half. So I make this 1/4 inch smaller, and I'm going to do my little trick with gutting. So bring it to the 1/2 inch mark, come down to 7.5, turn. This is how I made that frame a while back, Bonnie, when you asked me. I find this is the easiest way. And people have said before that they're not as precise by making sure it's 1/2 inch all the way around. I get that. That's fine if you're not a precise person. But I think if I do it 1/2 inch all the way around, I've got a piece of card in here which is in proportion. If I didn't bother with the 1/2 inch thing, then it could look odd. So if I put that for, I'm not using it as a frame, I just want a mat, and I don't want to waste a whole piece of paper cardstock. I'm just going round with my bone folder. I find that when you use any kind of trimmer, you get an edge on the card, and that's because it's not because there's anything wrong with it, it's because you're cutting, the cutter pushes down into the groove. Okay, so you're going to get it. Hill says she loves that red. It's called Real Red. It's beautiful, isn't it? And Anne says thumbs up for Ellie. Oh, thank you, Anne. Forgotten all about that. Whoops. So we've got 5.5 by 7 3/4. So I need 5 1/4. By 7.5. Is that right? No, that's 8, isn't it? That's 8. So this has got to be 7 3/4. And if you've got a bit like that, these little bits are really good. You know, when you're making cards from scraps, something like that can look really good. And so this will go on there, and that gives me that nice little 1/8 inch border all the way around. So if I put some glue on the back of this, I'm glad I did this, because, you know, I don't feel sorry for myself now. If I hadn't done this and I just sat there and thought, you know, oh, I should have done that live, I wish I'd done it. Yeah, always, you know, push yourself. If you think, oh, I can't be bothered, you know, just try. Sometimes it really does make you feel better. Oh, what have I done? I've done that wrong. I meant to put it on the back of my card first, but we'll go with this. This is not how I normally do it. I find it better to usually find it easier to put this to the frame, but I did it wrong, didn't I? I've just lost myself again. I keep accidentally touching the screen and ending up looking at the wrong thing. Just go all the way around this again. And I'm trying to think of what to put on the front of this, and I'm kind of thinking it's really busy, isn't it? We've got a lot going on, so maybe I might just put a large greeting, see which way up we're going to have this. I think I'll have it up that way. Okay, so thinking of a big greeting, I've got the biggest wish. Now that's a really good one, isn't it? That's a good idea. So if we went for both of the big happy birthdays, is that too much, or should I have one small and one big? Lovely design and colours. Thanks, Cindy. So come on. Oh, definitely not too big, is it? No, definitely not too big. Right, a tip when you're using a stamp, especially lettering, get it on a straight line. Says she, and then knocks it over, and then pop your block on top, and that'll help. If it's on the block straight, it might help you just stamp it straight. Okay. Bonnie says it looks like wallpaper. Hi Karen, lovely to see you along. Yeah, I often think these one sheet wonders look like wallpaper. Oh, I didn't think that would fit on there, but it does. Now, I don't want to use the red again for this because I think we've got enough red. I'm kind of wondering, I think perhaps the Bermuda Bay might not look right. I forgot to use that lovely little stamp that I said was one of my favourites, didn't I? I forgot to put that on, but never mind. I'll do that next time. I'm wondering, do you know, I think I might go with the soft suede. What do you think? Yeah, you need some bold words, yeah. Been out buying puppy toys, Karen. So Tilly Crafts is Karen. Yeah, what do you think? Should we go with soft suede? Let's... I haven't used that stamp yet, and it's always a good idea to stamp it a couple of times before you actually go for using it, because there's a treatment on these stamps when they're in the factory. They put a finish on the top, and it's good to stamp it off. She answers to Tilly too. Tilly too. So that's good. And then, yeah, stamp it off a few times, and if there is anything left on there, any residue, you should get rid of it. Oh, that's not very good, is it? if I can squeeze another one in. Should have done this in the Stamperators. When you're doing bold lettering, really bold colours, it's quite a good idea to do it in the Stamperators, because you can stamp again if you don't get a heavy enough finish. Yeah, not good, is it? I'm gonna get the Stamperators. Okay, so move my stamps out the way. Oh, I've got a lot of clearing up to do later. Right, I haven't got any more scraps. I'm going to have to go for full piece. And if I put that, I've lost it then. If I put it down there level with the bottom, then I know it's going to be straight. So if I get a magnet out from the bottom, God, they're so strong, it's hard to actually grab them. I wrap some paper around it, some post-it note paper around it to give me something to grab onto. So I pop that down there. If you put a stamp set underneath, then you've got a good surface to stamp on. Yeah, Karen, I wasn't feeling it and I didn't have time to plan anything for today. So I just picked up a couple of stamp sets and just went with it. And yeah, I got everyone to think of colours. And yeah, we just kind of did it between us. Okay, so now I've got that in place, I can just stamp this as many times as I need to get it even. And this is the homemade Chucky that I mentioned before. You can buy them. That's good. That's good enough. You can buy them. Don't know how much they cost, but like everything, you can buy it. But I just used the top of a candle, filled it with some used melted wax, threw a few stones in, packed it in with some, don't know, some kind of craft stuff I had that went hard, and put a soft bit of foam underneath, and then this, and it works beautifully to make sure you get the pressure. Incidentally, I'm not going to do it now because I only need one, but if you want to create a quick birthday card and you just want to keep putting birthday down in measured ways, you can just take this window out and move it up like that, stamp it down a few times, and you get it perfectly aligned. So that's one of the good things about the Stampin' Up platform. Okay, so back we come with this. I could get some dies out and die cut this, but I think just for ease today, I'm going to cut it down. Yeah, Cindy, I hope you're using it. And it was quite easy to make, wasn't it? It's not difficult. Find around, you know, usually find a few things around the home you've got. So I'm just going to do this freehand. I'm coming in about there, cut that down. I'm trying to be really careful I don't bury the card I've made, because I'm very good at that. I can't find what I actually started with. So I think that's about right. And then here. There, that should do it. And then the happy, that was okay on here, wasn't it? Yeah, so if I'd planned this card, I probably would have found, you know, some dies that would have cut this out, but that might take me a little while to sort out. So let's just go with the trimmer. You know, it shows how versatile the trimmer is. And I'm going to put this onto some real red. Let's see if I've got some small scraps. Yeah, just a few. So always keep the scraps, because they always come in useful for something like this. Oh, less haste, more speed. So that's definitely big enough for that. We've got here, that's definitely big enough for that. So I might just measure this to see what it is and cut it about 1/4 inch smaller. So that's just over, what am I doing? It's this I want to measure, isn't it? So that's just short of 2.5. It's about 2.5. So if I make this 2 3/4. No, that's not right, is it? Don't look right. No, it's not, is it? I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's make this about 1/8 inch smaller. That's better. And then this is 1/16. So I think that's about right. Right, okay. Let's just cut a little bit off of there. Gosh, I think I cut that crooked then. I did. So I'm just going to cut that bit off. The other good thing about it is this does cut off really tiny thin strips. Cindy says she'd forgotten it was called a chucky. I might make that up. I think they called it a chucky. I think I've just completely ruined this and cut it much too small. Yeah, I did. I'm gonna have to. Right, I've got another brainwave. Got a brainwave. Oh, my laptop's just started making a really loud noise. It might be because no, I thought it was because my trimmer was leaning on it. Yeah, this is a better idea, girls. Why didn't I do this in the beginning? Because I'm trying to go too fast. There we go. That's good. That one's okay. That's fine. So I'm going to what have I done? Have you lost me? Have I? Oh yeah, I'm still here. Okay, I accidentally pressed the pause button apparently. just going to cut that down very slightly. It's a bit wider than the other couple of sides. A little bit along the bottom there. I've got a little visitor on my scissors. My magnet. They get everywhere. Okay, so we're going to go happy. Oh, I want to see that popping out the top there. I think that would be good. Yeah, I'm going with that. It's a right mess here, honestly. It's just terrible. So the ribbon, which I confess I've just remembered, I think we'll pop it together like so. We'll just give it a little twist. Oh, then it doesn't, it comes out on the wrong side, doesn't it? Ah, how do you do that? Can you do that so that it, no. Okay, we'll do something else then. We'll do this. Lick your fingers. That's the first place to start. No, I want the ribbon to come from the bottom. Oh, I know what I'll do. It's all right. I've got it sussed. I've thought about it. I know what we're going to do. So I'm going to cut diagonally and straight, and then we can have a couple of bits coming from below. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Anne says, don't bother about the mess. Thank you. Yeah, you probably can't see as much mess as I can. So yeah, if I do this and a couple more, I think, yeah, I think that looks quite nice actually. Again, not what I had planned, but it just shows that you can, come on, you can kind of like, you can do it as you go along. You don't have to have something planned. Just get your supplies together and see what happens. I wonder if that would look, no, that's all right. Oh, that's it. I'm there, girls, I'm there. Bit of double-sided tape, I think, or tear and tape, whatever your preferred name for it is. Pop that along the bottom. Might as well use that on the top as well. So we'll pop that bit there, that bit there. I'm not going to make them the same height, or I'm just going to do it like that. Oh, and a good tip is I better stick one to the other, hadn't I? Otherwise it might come off. It's the only problem with the only problem, one of the problems with Alive is that it can take, you know, when you don't plan it, it can take quite a long time. So I've just realized I've gone well over the normal hour that I take, but you're still with me. Thank you. That's it, that's better. And then if we just take the backing off of that one. That's it. Working with your card flat as well is a good tip. If you bend your card over, it's popping up on one side and you might not get things straight. So, oh, cheerio, Kay. I know you need to get off sometimes because you're still recuperating and you get tired, but thanks for coming along. Oh, Cindy, I'm trying to read your comment about the ribbon and I don't understand it. Let me read it slowly. Or later, red on top of the other ribbon and run one horizontal and the other vertical to make it look like it's wrapped packages. On another project, you mean? Okay. Oh, hi, Joanna. Yeah, don't worry. We're actually almost finished now because, yeah, I've been on for a while. So, yeah, by all means, watch the replay and you can whiz through the bits where I took a bit longer to do stuff. No preparation today. I just came on and started something. Okay, so let's whip that off. And pop that one on. I really do like this ribbon. I think it's gorgeous. Both of the ribbons I really like. Right, let's do... I think about this one and put a piece across there. And then pop this ribbon on top of that. That works. Cut that a bit shorter. Like so. Oh, I've got ink on my finger. I don't know where I picked that up from. Okay, so if I grab my... Oh, look at that. Right, little tip. Which I should have thought of earlier, but I didn't know I had ink on my fingers. If you get a post-it note, some double-sided, some low tack tape, anything, put it sticky side up and you can lean on that on your work when you're doing things to avoid getting that, okay? So I'm just going to use my mono eraser just to get rid of that there on top of that. Right, that's going to be quite a long job. So I've just thought of something else. Don't think we need any more red. Let's just put a couple of pearls on there. Bit of bling. Yeah, it'll be nice and bling. All right. Oh dear. Cindy says this is from a woman who has nearly as much stash of ribbon as DSP. I don't use a lot of ribbon myself, although in the past I have bought a lot, and I just forget to use it. So right, I'm going to put one, 2, 3, and that hides my ink. Okay, well, we were a long time getting there today, weren't we, girls? But I do hope you enjoyed it. And I certainly feel a lot better than I did when I started this just over an hour ago. Thanks ever so much for sticking with me, for joining me, and for all the thumbs up. That's great. As usual, links are in the description box below to my online store and the current digital downloadable catalogues. So I hope to get a recorded video out for you on Wednesday evening, and it'd be lovely if you all came along again next Saturday to see if I'm a bit better organised. Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye for now.